All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com, and welcome to Night Moves here for Tuesday, March 31st. We're got a full slate of action for you in Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL. As we get ready for a great continuation to our sports betting week, trying to get there to the finish of the Final Four here this weekend in college basketball, but we got action to keep us satisfied until then. We'll go over the previews for today's games. Got a big card, man. Not a full card of Major League Baseball, but nearly. I think all but the two teams that played their opening day game yesterday are in action. We'll cover 7 games in the NBA and, well, a 10-game NHL slate. We cut it down to 9. We kicked out the Devils and the Rangers. Find time for them another season, but thank you for joining me here on Night Moves. We're going to let a few people file in here and get ready for the show first. So we'll recap some of the action here from Monday night. How did you do with your sports betting on Monday night? How about the women's Final Four is all set there after we finished up the Elite Eight, and the favorites come through big time there with Texas rocking Michigan to advance to the ladies' Final Four, 77-41. Wow. Texas crushes, easily covering 9.5. It goes under 138. And South Carolina pulled away in the end from a game TCU team, but they still won by 26, covering 17 on a big move from 14 to 17 there as South Carolina continues to look strong here. TCU's got a pretty good team. They finished well short there in the second half. They were in there really for 2+ quarters there in that one, but it was South Carolina advancing to the ladies' Final Four next week. So those teams are set too. On the women's side, it'll be South Carolina taking on UConn. UConn's a 7.5-point favorite in that one. That is a blockbuster matchup. It's a bummer, actually, when you think about this. No slight on the other matchup, Texas and UCLA. There's the thing of this whole tournament is we've got all number 1 seeds in the ladies tournament here, as Texas a 1-point favorite over UCLA, total 133. So we do have heavy hitters here this weekend in the NCAA women's tournament. Of course, we're getting ready for the men's tournament on Saturday as well still. Line holding steady, Illinois -2 against Connecticut, total 139.5, and Michigan 1.5-point favorite against Arizona, and the total there 157.5. Can't wait for that basketball action, but we had other action today, including Major League Baseball and some results here from the show last night. How'd you do there? Oh man, over at Tony's, I could not produce a profit here on Monday, but we did have some great games that we can review and talk about here on the show. Cover my winners here on Night Moves, including the Pirates and the Reds. I had the under here yesterday as my play on Night Moves. Chase Burns allowed 1 hit in 5 innings and looked much like he did early last year. So Burns with an early start to the season looking good. Reds scored both their runs in the 4th inning. 1-3 Pittsburgh scored 6 runs in their last 3 games, so their offense is struggling. The Reds get the win. I had the under. I had the New York Mets here. I did have a premium in this game on the over, and it didn't come through for me there. Clay Holmes got 17 outs for the Mets, allowed just 2 runs. The bullpen got the last 10 outs, allowing just 1 base runner. Bo Bichette, he put the boos away, knocked in 2 runs for the Mets. Don't boo Bo here. You know, he's supposed to come in here and be a big star in New York. They wanted to boo him a little bit there, but got out here on the road and gets the big hit there, knocked in 2 runs. The Mets are 3-1. Come on. They'll be fine. And we had them against the Cardinals there. Had the under in the Giants and the Padres game as Tony V got his first Major League win as manager of the Giants. Landon Roop allowed 2 hits in 6 innings pitched. Harrison Bader, a home run, got the Giants on the board. Jackson Merrill, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th, but the Giants won it 3-2 over my Padres. But I had the Giants. Got to admit, I had the Giants here on the show there last night as the Padres bats were pretty quiet. Walker Buehler, just 4 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, a couple of walks. The Padres are hitting under 200 so far this season, and we'll cover the next one. Cover it again here tomorrow. See if the Padres can get one at home, but the Giants get the win over my Padres. Also, we had a winner on night moves yesterday, Twins and Royals game. We had that one here with the under last night with the Twins and the Royals here in that one. We did take the under. It was Woods, Richardson, and Bubic in the afternoon game. And the Royals in these, division afternoon games continue to be a solid under, like clockwork here. Kyle Isbell, Isaac Collins home runs for the Royals there. Royals also trying to finalize that new stadium somewhere in Missouri. I think they've gotten down to the last site here to try to put the finishing touches, at least on where they're going to build their new stadium in Missouri. So that news is coming closer and closer for the Royals. Can't believe they'll finally leave the beautiful K there. We had the Rangers over the Orioles yesterday as our winner here on Night Moves. Yeah, we had Texas there with Jack Leiter over Bassett there in that one. Jake Berger, couple RBIs for the Rangers there in that one as they were able to pick up the victory. We had a night moves winner, Houston Astros. Had some winners here on the show for sure. We had the Astros there with McCullers going, brought it home yesterday, 8-1 over Boston. No match really in that one as McCullers and the Astros win there. Houston, 4 home runs, including 2 from Jose Altuve. Don't check me out, but I got a couple of home runs there. Jose also scored 4 runs. McCullers, 4 hits, 7 innings already there. And the Astros offense is cooking here. I kind of buried them a little bit and saying I have problems with this offense. They just scored 28 runs in their last 3 games. See if the Astros offense is for real. Also, winner here for me, Seattle Mariners got it done. They're in a walk-off 2-1 against the Yankees late night last night. Mariners get the win over the Yankees there 2-1 with a walk-off there for Seattle. We had it in the 9th inning. Also here, night moves winner, Chicago White. Did I win every game? What's going on here? White Sox and Marlins game to go over. We had that one here on the show, 9-4. The White Sox and Davis Martin on the mound rocked the Sheriff, Chris Paddock. No match here as the White Sox crushed in that game. Miguel Vargas hit the grand slam. Austin Hayes, 3-run home run. And, hey, the Marlins were hot, so they went down to defeat there against the White Sox, who were winless. So had to flip the script a little bit, at least in that one. Colorado and Toronto, just want to mention I had a premium pick there on the under in that one, but it did go over for sure, 14-5 as the Rockies rocked the Blue Jays. And Ponce there, the Blue Jays pitcher, up and down, charismatic guy, but left with an injury there in the game. And it was the Rockies crushing them there in that one. Can't win them all there, but Rockies, Colorado teed off on them there. That one had the winner with the Braves, Bryce Elder on the show here. There's my premium pick winner on the under in this one with the Braves getting the 4-0 win with Bryce Elder there on the mound. Mauricio Dubon, 2-run single for Atlanta there, brings it home for me for the Braves there last night. And also night moves winner here, Rays and Brewers game to go under with Martinez and Harrison, just 3-2. Tampa got the win there late, getting that run, getting that win as the Rays are able to win there over the Brewers. Nick Fortes, an RBI double for Tampa Bay in that one. Night moves winner, Arizona Diamondbacks. We had the D-backs in their win over the Tigers last night as Arizona won it 9-6. Soroka gets 2, Verlander, the Arizona gets to Verlander there in that one. Verlander making his first Tiger start in years there as he returned back to the team where he had such glory to start his career. But the Diamondbacks led 5-0 early. Corbin Carroll 3-run home run, and we had him here on Night Moves. Say hello to the folks in the chat, and then we'll recap a few more games. Let a few more people come in here, get started with the show. But it looks like we've got some great crew members here today, including Mr. Weskers. He has no clue that the women actually play basketball. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't even know what Title IX is. But, some more and more schools having to cut men's sports. They're going to have to cut more small men's sports. Here you're seeing it more and more, man. Hello to Larry. I'm on the big screen in Larry's place. Hello, everybody. Tim M there as well, joining us. And let's see here. Mr. Westers does not think the Mets will be okay. He has question marks. Look, they've spent a lot of money. And if they don't produce here, I mean, it's going to be a big failure. That's for sure. All right, Mr. Wesker's no fan of Soto as well. There's another. He's a guy with a big paycheck. Got to come through when you're getting that money. And let's see, James Kelly's here today as well. All right, we'll let a few more people come in. We got not quite 20 yet, so let's take a look. See if we had some winners over here in the NBA last night. We were able to come through with some night moves here, including Boston and Atlanta in that one, game total under as the Hawks get the win over the Celtics. Celtics playing a little bit shorthanded there in that one. The Hawks get the win and the cover. We had the under as our winner here on Night Moves. Also, Night Moves winner Phoenix Suns there with the win, 131-105. On the road, they crushed in the Tankathon, covering 13. We had them there. Also, Night Moves winner Timberwolves and Mavericks game to go under yesterday, 124-94. The Wolves rocked in an easy under there. The punchless Mavericks couldn't get it going. We had the under. We also had the Utah Jazz yesterday getting the points, getting those big 16.5, more than that against Cleveland. Cleveland did win it by 9 on the road, but the Jazz got the money there. One of my totals went down to defeat, but I want to mention the big game of the night between the Pistons and the Thunder went overtime. It would have went under if it didn't go to overtime, but that's the name of the game. And it was Oklahoma City getting the win, 114-110. In a matchup between the two top teams in their respective conferences. And you know what? I mean, I don't know. If that was a preview of the NBA Finals, that wouldn't be too bad. That was a pretty good game. Detroit, what were they doing there? Look, JB Bickerstaff, here's if you want to take him right now as coach of the year, now they lost the game, but and he also flubbed it up there. Maybe a lot of people questioning not fouling there late. Down just 3 with, the shot clock would have ran out. All they had to do was stop him on the possession. They wanted to extend it a little bit and just get into the foul game and take their chances that way. It doesn't seem like the best idea when, half the time you're putting SGA on the line anyways. But nonetheless, the Thunder did get the win there in overtime. We had the under but lost. I had the Lakers, though, to wrap it up as they covered easy. I say easy. It was a 19-point win. They won by 16, 120-101. Man, I had a good day. Let me take at least a moment there. Hockey, not so much, but we did have a few winners here with the. I had the over. I guess I had the over there. The Penguins, they outscored the Islanders 8-3. I had the Islanders as a premium pick. So yeah, we had the winner on the show, but man, I had the Islanders in that game. They got rocked. Sorokin got rocked there, and also Flames and Avalanche. I had the under as a premium play over at Tony's there, but we did have the Avalanche here on the show, 9-2. A big time scores there. The salami went way over on Monday, but we did have the winner there with the Avalanche. I will mention we had the winner also with the Golden Knights there yesterday on the puck line. Tortorella comes in as coach following the firing there. in Las Vegas. I also had the winner on the drive-through, 4-2. I called the exact score on the drive-through last night. I said 4-2 will be the score. Knights got the win for Tortorella. Look, you're playing the Canucks. You better win this one. You're firing a veteran coach in there, and then you bring in, a guy who, if you think about Tortorella, right? He gets in arguments with the media. He calls out his rivals in the press, and also is very unpredictable. Sounds like the president, but it's Tortorella actually, and the Knights got it, so I won that one. Also here with the Sharks getting the win last night. I went 4-1 in the NHL. Sharks beat the Blues 5-4. Only one we went down on there. We had the Ducks, but Ducks got beat by the Maple Leafs 5-4. So I'm happy. I'm happy with man. That's a lot of winners there. Hopefully, we got only 20 people in here. Nobody likes to hear me call out some winners. All right, but I think we'll start the show. You guys are here with me, so I can only appreciate you joining me here on the show on a Tuesday. And we're gonna get right to the action here with our plays here. I think that's pretty much it for what was going on here in the world of sports on Monday night. So we'll get ready to go to our previews. Remember, just join me here and make your picks with me going along there. I'll make the previews, and you're welcome to comment. Real quick, we're going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well. I almost wanted to ignore it after I went just 2-4 there yesterday over at Tony's Picks. But we do want to celebrate our friends that did well over on the website. And let's see who it was who did clean up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Oops, let me get that here. Timeout. Bear with me here, a little bit technical issue. We're going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who was hot here on Monday. There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm the producer. I'm the producer. Okay, Bo Dunn. Look at Bo. He's hot here, 6-1. Bo, he's so busy. And he has time to come on the shows and everything, in all of everything he does in his life. And just might as well just go 6-1. Great job, Bo. Terrific. Nearly 5 units of profit. Brian Bittler came in from the Little League game, and he goes 2-0 on the day. Stax McKelvey 2-1 in there, putting up that profit. Of course, Al Ninos won his only play on Monday. BIP account also. Mills Young wins his only play. Ron Hahn as well. Shane Mickle in the green, and Nick Lagaretto's showing a profit. Last 7 days here, you got David Racy on top there, nearly 10 3/4 units over the last 7 days. Bo Dunn up 10 units over the last 7 days, 67%. Tony T still rocking here, nearly 9.5 units of profit last 7 days. Nick Lagaretto's up over 9 1/4 units of profit. Ron Hahn up over 6 units of profit last 7 days. Brian Bittler up there also over 5 units of profit last 7 days. Mills Young over 4 units last 7 days. Al Ninos up there over 3 units last 7 days. Double Shooty also 2 3/4 units worth of profit. There I am up nearly 2 1/3 units of profit. We'll get it going here. Jorge Gonzalez up there as well. Shane Mickle and Tom Reghard are in the green over the last 7 days. Last 30 days over at Tony's Picks, it's Shane Mickle up 16 1/3 units of profit. Brian Bittler up over 14 units. Bo Dunn up over 12 units. Tony T, 5.5 units. Kevin Thomas, 5 units of profit. Mills Young, Al Ninos, Ron Hahn showing profit here over the last 30 days over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use the promo code Tony T at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Tuesday in the Major Leagues, NBA, NHL as well. Click on the Premium Picks tab. You'll see all the handicappers with their action ready to go here for Tuesday night. Let's see what cappers have here. Tony T's got his best bet for Tuesday. David Racy's got his Tuesday night MLB base hit. Bo has his best bet there, and he's hot in the major leagues. Al Ninos has his MLB Tuesday Grand Slam. Double shooty there. He's got his best bet ready to go for the action on Tuesday. And let's see, I think that might be it from the crew. There's Rod. He's got his NHL one-timer ready to go for Tuesday here as well. And a couple more here. No, that's it for the cappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. They'll have more picks ready to go for you up and available at Tony'sPicks.com on Tuesday night. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. Why not ride with me here for the next 7 days over at Tony'sPicks.com? Grab my weekly All Sports Premium Pass, get all my plays. These are my top plays. You might see me on some other channels, some other shows, but just know that my top plays right here, my high-end boutique plays, these are the ones you're going to bet three figures on, if you know what I mean, right here at Tony'sPicks.com. Pick up a week's worth of plays for $149. I'm dealing high volume here on the site. With my high roller premiums here, you're going to get more than a handful every day here, especially with our high volume cards. Usually a 3-pack in all the major sports when there's a big card there. Whittle it down here a little bit in the NBA and NHL with some of those lopsided games, but usually coming out with a 3-pack there. And check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, thanks to everyone now here in the chat as well. We'll get ready to go with the show. Got a couple dozen of you in here right now, so I think we're ready. But let's see who else is joining me here in the chat right now. And anybody else showing up here? Cal Dog is ready to go as well. And I think that might be it. I think we've got Larry's talking about Jaden Ivey. I guess he didn't like some of the promotions there. I don't think he wanted to hang out with Magic Night, though, in Atlanta either, so he couldn't make up his mind. Arnell, good to see you. He's talking about the Giants getting their first win. He's got SGA. He's got, man, Arnell's going to, I'm not going to do the intro anymore. We'll just have Arnell do it. He's giving us the headlines here. Great job, Arnell. That's awesome. Can you come by and have that post up there every morning before I start the show? I'd appreciate it. All right. Let's see. I think that could be it. We got everybody here in the chat. I think we're ready to go. All right. I've got a Discord myself. No one's in it but me. It's not the best Discord. I'm talking to myself. All right. Let's get going here. We're going to start with the major leagues on Tuesday here. We got a nice little card ready to go. Everything's at night here. And let's get ready here right now and get to the action. Oh, hold on a moment. There's a little bit of delay here. All right, I think we're ready to go right now. So we get ready for the action here on Tuesday. Started off here with the Rangers taking on the Orioles. The Rangers are favored in this one, $1.20, $1.25. Total here, 8/20. Jake DeGrom here listed. I know some right now. I think it really actually is he is expected to make this start. Remember, DeGrom missed his first start, so some of the sites may not have the pitcher yet. A lot of sites don't even have the lineup there. DeGrom missed his first start with a neck. He had a bad sleep. He had a bad pillow and couldn't make it to his start, so just got pushed back basically, and therefore Right now, maybe not totally 100% sure, but everything is pointing that uh, DeGrom is set for the start, I would think, here today in this one against the Baltimore Orioles, against Zach Eflin. Here in this one, from what I can tell, it should be DeGrom ready to go. I guess if not, it might end up being Kumar Rocker, but I think he was scheduled for Wednesday. If it's not DeGrom, probably a bullpen game actually is what would happen. But I think it's going to be DeGrom here going in this one for the Rangers against Zach Eflin, and you'll see favored here in this one at $1.25 with Jake DeGrom. For the Rangers, they come in here 3-1. They've won 3 in a row here right now. So, hey, put that first loss aside. Beat the Phillies a couple times and knocked off the Orioles here. Baltimore coming in here right now with a record of 2-2, not awful. Baltimore 1-3 to the under here so far. And let me hear what you guys have to say in this one between the Orioles and the Rangers here. Game 2 of the series. Ready to go here on a Tuesday. And like I said, get your picks ready in the chat here as well. But I'll talk a little bit about the matchup here. Get my screen together here a little bit. There we go. Juggling the 3 sports takes me a little bit of space here. Okay. All right, so with DeGrom in here, look, it should be a pretty good matchup for him here, I would think, here at $1.25 or so. Baltimore's core lineup has always kind of struggled here. Adley Rutschman, Henderson, Cowser, they're all kind of have poor numbers, actually, against DeGrom overall. Texas has multiple hitters with success, actually, against Zach Eflin in this matchup. Let's see if I can point some of those out actually here. See if I have the numbers here exactly. I'm ready to go, but just missing it a little bit here. All those numbers are pretty good to go there. Like I said, though, where Rutschman has struggled, Henderson has struggled, Cowser has had his share of struggles as well against DeGrom. But just a matter of where DeGrom is right here, right now, right? Coming off the, just a slight neck tinge, I think is what it is. So for the Rangers here against Eflin, you got some guys with some big hits. Burger Time has a home run off of Eflin. Josh Smith 1 for 2. Seager here 3 for 10 with a double and a home run off of Eflin. Go to the chat here a little bit and see what you guys have in this one. Orioles bullpen has been pretty solid so far. You got to figure DeGrom can maybe neutralize these guys early a little bit. $1.26 doesn't seem awful here. Let me hear from you guys in the chat as I'm just about ready to go punching up my baseball numbers here a little bit. And let me hear from you guys in the chat. With Cal Dog here. He's going to start us off on the Rangers. And Timmy says he's got the under in this one. Cal Dog says it is going to be DeGrom. Larry Martin likes the under here in this game. Also here, let's see. Orioles money line here. Want to say hello to FB Gotti in the chat. Am I up early or am I up late? Or is it just the middle of the day here in Las Vegas? After all, it's a city that never sleeps. Texas and over here for Rich. And Timmy says we go under here at 9.5. Going to buy up a run there, I think, right? I'm looking at 8/20 here right now. In fact, I'm writing in the line here as we go because of the pitching situation here. But again, like I said, I think everybody agrees here. Timmy maybe going under. Here's a Nerfy for Andrew. And Rich had Cleveland last night there, he says. What kind of Eflin are we going to get here? All right. Yeah, I'll go with the Rangers here in this one on the road with DeGrom in this one. Give me Texas here over the Orioles. I don't mind that under, though. We'll see here at 8 over. But like I said, I think the Orioles, like I said, the bullpen's been pretty solid here. They're already 1-3 to the under. And I would think DeGrom could neutralize them early, and maybe that kind of makes it kind of an underscript here in this one. All right. Pardon me, gang. Let's keep it going here right now. Next up, the Nationals are on the road here taking on the Phillies in this one. And for Washington here, you got PJ Poulin here going for the Nationals. I think he's going to be just kind of a short-term guy here in this role right now. He's always been a reliever, and he already has an appearance here right now. So I think he's just kind of an opener here in this one for Washington here. In fact, same thing here. A lot of books might not quite have this one totally up right now, but I'm looking at it here as about $1.85. 9 under 15. Certainly a pretty big favorite here with the Phillies at home with Andrew Painter going in this one. So let's see how you guys have it. But yeah, for PJ Poulin, he's kind of been a guy who's really just a reliever in there. So looks like he's an opener in this game. And for the Phillies with Painter, he's a true prospect here, makes the team's starting rotation. Really was a hot prospect there for a while and has a ridiculous strikeout rate in the minor leagues. He's been, kind of lingering around. He had Tommy John surgery and missed a couple of years, actually, 23 and 24. And then when he came back last year, though, had a 5.26 ERA, 1.55 whip in AAA. So still only 22 years old. Did have a 2.31 ERA and 0.77 whip this spring in 11 2/3 innings, and recorded 8 strikeouts. So did make the rotation here mostly because Zach Wheeler, wasn't quite ready to go yet. So Painter could be back to the minor leagues eventually, or if the Taijuan Walker doesn't get it going here a little bit, maybe he could take his place in the rotation. So see what you think here in this one with the Phillies, who come in here having lost 3 straight right now. They're just 1-3 here after losing again yesterday. They're 13-2 to this Washington team. Washington comes in here right now. Pardon me, gang. Washington comes in here at 3-1 right now. The night moves here, but let's see what you got in this one with the Nationals taking on the Phils here today. I think the Phillies hitters are kind of a mixed bag here a little bit right now, and the gap in the lineup quality should be clear here. Washington's bullpen's been middle tier so far, but the Phillies pen has been a little bit shaky right now. We could see some late runs in this game. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout necessarily right now, but still kind of favor the Phillies here as the Nationals. Like I said, they're kind of piecemealing it together, but man, $1.85 here, pretty stiff number. Could I consider the run line here? Will the Phillies get one after getting blasted yesterday? Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have to say in this one. All right. Phillies run line for Mr. Weskers. He's willing to do it. I think I am too. Rich is on Philly there. And Mr. Weskers, all of a sudden, he's warming up to the challenge system. I do too. I like you said, it's quick, and I agree. It is pretty quick, but it is funny that they don't challenge them all, right? It's kind of like you got to be selective because you don't want to use your challenges, but also, like I said, I think the umpire doesn't have to get all dramatic going out there in front of the crowd and then take an extra second or two. But Timmy was talking about Messick there from yesterday, and did a pretty good job there against the Dodgers, didn't he? Cal Dog here, Phillies run line. Larry Martin, Nationals money line. Andrew on the Phils. And Timmy said, right, Timmy, well, that's what it's going to be, an opener there. That's the deal, I think, right now. So good point there in that one, talking about Zach Littell there. So I think that's what you're going to see here right now is Poulin in there, and then Zach Littell comes in as the primary. Maurice is here. Hello, Maurice. He says he's off of Philly, I think he might be saying. Is that what he's saying there? Larry's going over. And Arnell, how's Bryce Harper doing so far this season? Yeah, for Bryce so far, not so good, right? You really got to pick it up. Some of these Phillies hitters right now all hitting under 200. Pretty much the whole lineup right now. That's been the problem here. The Phillies bats are just not getting it together just yet. But, man, they should in this one, shouldn't they? Oh, man, come on, Phillies, wake up. Well, the only way to take them here is probably on the run line if you're gonna take them here. And I don't know. I think this has blowout potential maybe to go over here, but I wouldn't trust it at 9. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the Phillies here on the run line tonight to get one here. They got to get a win here. And, man, the Nationals, good start for the Nationals. I'm not calling it a fluke here, but let's see what happens with these guys. All right. Timmy says Nats team total over. Next up, the Pirates are at the Reds here. Major League action for Tuesday at Great American Ballpark. Bubba Chandler here goes for the Pirates. Everybody's excited to see Bubba out there. It's actually a road favorite here. It looks like $1.15 total, 8.5 over at -125. He's up here. Interestingly enough, here going up against Brandon Williamson. If you remember, Williamson, he's really fought injuries here in his career, but he's here and he's back, and we haven't seen him since 2014. 2024 here is he will be the number 5 starter right now until Lodolo at least comes back. Lodolo on the injured list to start the season. So Williamson here in the rotation right now, in the mix here, and he missed all of 25 with Tommy John surgery. So did have good numbers over the 2 previous seasons before that. And when Lodolo makes his return, we'll see what happens to Williamson. He could be sent to the minors, but he does have enough experience. I would think the Reds would have a place for him on the team here, even if he isn't in the rotation. And it's a good story as well. The Reds have won 3 straight right now. They're 3-1, looking good here. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, just 1-3. These 2 teams are both 1-3 to the under so far this season. So let's see what you think with these 2 coming in. Pittsburgh's lost 4 of the last 6 meetings between the 2 teams. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these 2 teams in Cincinnati have gone under. But let's see how you guys have it here. Both sides, it feels like, have some hittable pitching today anyway. Uh, Pittsburgh has had some of these guys, even with Williamson missing the last season. Some of the batters have actually faced him before here. Let me see. I think I have those. He's faced a couple of them here long term. Uh, let's see. Well, not too heavy here. Ozuna 1 for 1. Anyway, neither bullpen is elite, that's for sure so far. I think the Reds lineup has a little bit better situational upside here. Let me take a look at the matchup here. You do have two of the worst offenses certainly in the league right now. I've got both these teams probably bottom three at this point. No wonder they're going under. So still, I mean, with these pitchers, you'd think it could be offense friendly, but the bats just aren't clicking right now. Let's see what you have in this one with the Reds at home taking on the Pirates tonight. And I'll go to the chat in this one. Reds run line for Mr. Weskers. Andrews on the under. Pittsburgh, Mr. Wester says the Bucks are a little bit of a fade here. And Reds money line for Cal Dog. And that might be it from you guys in this game. I'm going to take the Reds here as well at home with Williamson here. Chandler, obviously a hot prospect that everybody's been talking about, and we get to see him right now. But I'm going to try the Reds here in this one. They got some bats that are doing okay here at this point. But like I said, I don't think these offenses have been that good. If anything, maybe Pittsburgh's been a little bit better with Ryan O'Hearn has been pretty hot here also. Nick Gonzalez has also done a nice job here early, and Brandon Lau as well. In fact, if anything, I think Pittsburgh's lineup has been better than the Reds here. But I'm going to go with Williamson here. I'm going to take the Reds at minus $1.05. In this one. Power Critter says the Bucks are due with this 1-3 start here right now. Of course, the Bucks, lost 2 of 3 to the Mets and then couldn't get any runs yesterday in that 2-0 loss here to the Reds. And I'm going to come back on the Reds again here in this one. Larry says Pirates and Reds to go under here in this one. Thank you, Larry. All right, next up on Night Moves. Got the White Sox taking on the Marlins here, Major League action for a Tuesday. For the White Sox, Eric Fetty on the mound here as an underdog going up against the Marlins and Jansen Junk. Junk's $1.55, total 8.5 over at minus 115 here in this one. White Sox finally got on the board with their first win there yesterday as they clubbed Miami 9-4. Meanwhile, the Marlins, that was their first loss of the season. So they're 3-1 as the White Sox came in and beat them there yesterday. Good job for the White Sox here. Let's see what you guys think, though, in this one with White Sox an underdog this time going up against Jansen Junk. Eric Betty has had some trouble against some of these guys, and the White Sox bullpen has been a disaster with an ERA over 10 so far. Miami's got several guys, I think, that have had some good performances here in their career against Betty. Marcy here, 1 for 2 with a extra base hit as well. So even if Junk is mediocre, I think the bullpen mismatch could drive some late scoring. We could see some runs here in this one. Total 8.5 there. Miami, look, $1. What is it? $1.50 on the screen here. $1.45. I don't like to take too many sharp favorites like that, but I'm probably going to go with the under actually with these two. Let me see what you guys have. I think it might point to an over so far with these guys, but So far, Miami is 1-3 to the under. White Sox are 3-1 to the over so far. And yeah, there was 13 runs scored in that game yesterday. I think I was on the under, but oh no, we had the over. Yeah, we had the over. That's right. All right, let's see what we got here though with you guys. I think I see some comments coming in. All right. Timmy said Junk was okay last year. He's going to take the Marlins and fade Betty. Power Critter says it's a junk game altogether. Does he mean it's a junk game? Like this game is junk, or this is a junk game? Junk's going to be on it. He's going to do it here. Andrew's on the under. Timmy's grandmother won a batting title hitting off a Fetty. And Cal Dog is on the Marlins here. I like the under here. I might be using my premium here. Maybe nobody would believe me if I was going with the under in this matchup, but I'm going to with Fetty and Junk. Colorado Rockies and Toronto Blue Jays here. Major League action for Tuesday with, as bad as the Rockies are supposed to be this year, I've even 265 this time of the year already sounds a little bit too much early on. But Toronto here, 3-1 so far. They did just lose their first game of the season to Colorado, 14-5 yesterday. So the Rockies come in here the hot sticks for at least for at least one day here right now. Colorado coming in 1-3. Toronto's 3-1 after yesterday, kind of like that Miami game. The underdog comes in and knocks them off, gets their first win of the season here. And look, I mean, Max isn't Max anymore necessarily. Still going to be a guy who can still probably turn on a dime here and have a big game. But for the Rockies here, Ryan Feltner, a veteran here going in this one, but 260. And after you saw yesterday, the Rockies kind of hanging in there, you wonder if that's really a fair price at this point, even if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto's still looking pretty good, but Feltner really has had trouble with some of these guys. Strong BVP for some of these guys. Varsho, Jansen here a little bit. Rocky's pen's been mediocre so far. Toronto's bullpen, though, is also struggling here right now, and we'll see, though. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go over here, but, man, these bullpens are getting rocked here a little bit right now. And I think Toronto, even with Max, though, I still might take him here. Let's see what you got. I mean, look, you just can't pick an underdog every time. I think Toronto should be able to get one of these games here. Let's see what we got from the chat. All right, Blue Jays money line here for Larry. And James Kelly says he's on the Blue Jays, huge bounce back spot. All right. Is Scherzer going to deal? Right. Look, like I said, I don't think, we're going to see vintage Scherzer in every start this season. He's going, like I said, he's going up against a pretty weak lineup here. That's for sure. And, you'd think that might be enough anyway. But let's see here how you got it. I'm going to go to the chat. You got Toronto here, a top 5 lineup, and a Colorado, a bottom, maybe not quite bottom 5 right now. And look, I think with for Scherzer, I mean, he's going to have to watch out for some of these guys. McCarthy has a good matchup. Castro has a good matchup. And Rumfield also pretty good matchup against Scherzer. But Lucas, Barger, mentioned Varsho already. Varsho's got to be one of the hottest prop guys, in my opinion, tomorrow. Dalton Varsho here of Toronto. Timmy going to play the over. Andrew's on the over. Cal Dog's on the over. Everybody's on the over here. Timmy says these two are not staying under. Jay's run line for Mr. Weskers. Can't say I disagree here right now. Maybe a little concern after the Rockies were able to punch him in the mouth yesterday. But all right, Timmy, you guys talking about, my grandmother played. She was in the, well, I don't know if it was a league of her own, but the same type of women's baseball. And one day I'm back there in the old grandma shed and came across a bat. And this thing was the heaviest bat I've ever seen. It probably had to be 45 ounces. Grandma comes out of here and says, I see you found my old bat. That thing was 45 ounces, Grandma was swinging. And boy, she was quite a golfer, too. It took me until I was probably 15 before I could outdrive her. And she was in her, late 60s at that time, I think. All right, Rich is going under here. My grandmother was an athlete, I'll tell you. All right. Oh, I'm going to do it. You guys have at least got a few people there saying it's okay to go ahead and take the Blue Jays here. I'm going to do it. Maybe I'm laying too many run lines early with these favorites. Guilty pleasure of every amateur gambler like myself. I'll do it this time, even after the loss there yesterday. I'll lay it here with Scherzer on the run line. All right, next up, the A's are taking on the Braves in this one. And, oh, man, look at this. Aaron Savali's on the look, you can start to see it slowly. You're not that Savali is some savior or anything, but, yeah, you can see the A's are starting to build. They're starting to, maybe add a few players here over their, usual lineup, where they're kind of not spending on players here a little bit. But anyway, they haven't won yet, though. That's the problem coming in. But Savali in here facing a top 10 lineup in the Braves here right now. Still just only, Braves $1.45 favorite here. They were able to get it done yesterday. I said the price looked a little bit too cheap, and maybe that'll be the case here again today with the A's coming in already 0-4 right now, not able to find a win. The Braves, meanwhile, are 3-1. They took 2 of 3 from the Royals and won yesterday's game 4-0. The pitching's been good for the Braves so far. They've only allowed 6 runs in 4 games and have 2 shutouts so far here. But you do have for the Braves here Jose Suarez going in this one. Spencer Strider on the injured list, so Suarez gets to be up here right now with the team, and he could have an opener tomorrow, but we'll see. There, I think he's not listed, so could be Didier Fuentes actually as a starter, and Suarez maybe the primary pitcher. So we'll see how that goes. First time around, we got to get used to seeing which openers for which guys and stuff like that. Usually see a little bit of a pattern, and I'll get those down, believe me. But you're also going to have some other guys in there as well in the mix that could appear in the game. Martin Perez here possibly. So look, Suarez mostly a reliever over the past 2 seasons here. So let's see what you got here in this one. And a little bit of a bullpen situation it feels like here for the Braves tomorrow. And we'll get your picks as well. Some of these guys do have hit Suarez before. Brooker, Butler do show some pop, but Atlanta's offense is still, I'm not calling them elite. I'll call them top 10 at this point, but they are facing, I don't know, Aaron Savali. I do like him, but how is he going to fare here with Oakland, with Vegas, with Sacramento, with the A's anyway? And let me hear from you guys. Braves bullpen has been dominant. They could end up taking this one in the end. And there it is, that price, $1.45, 9 over 20. And let me go to the chat here and see what you guys have in this one. Suarez, a left-hander. Okay, here's the chat. And Larry says A's and Braves under here. Rich says Atlanta and over, Braves and over for Cal Dog as well. And Andrew K. Hey, you used to be Boog Powell. And will it be Sabali the plumber or Sabali the journeyman? All right. And hey, you want to say hello to RPGJC there. He's ready for the WNBA. So glad that they got their contract solved out so we can get our women's basketball. Otherwise, we don't have only the baseball to talk about. And Timmy says Suarez there to get that start. Again, you're going to see an opener in this game. A's run line there for Andrew. Tim says the A's got to win sometime. And Timmy says A's to go. Oh, A's team total over here. And we're getting ready. I tell you what, this is an incredible ballpark they're going to have for the A's here in Las Vegas. A wild ballpark with this huge screen on a roof out here. And I think the A's are scheduled to play a series. I think just one, but they do have a series in Vegas this season. I think it's one. I don't think it's two, but all right. I guess that's it from you guys in the chat with this one with the A's and the Braves here. Man, I don't want to go with too many Braves picks here, but I don't mind them here, especially at $1.45 again in this one. Look, I think there could be some runs with these two, but and again, $1.45. It's not exactly. In fact, it was a little bit higher here in some books, I think. $1.59 at Bovada here currently, $1.50 here in Vegas at a couple of books. So probably $1.50. I'm going to go ahead and take the Braves in this one until the A's kind of show a winner here right now. I'm going to have to keep fading my A's a little bit, but all right, let's see here. And A's team total for Timmy, we don't know if he's going over or under. I assume he's going over because no one takes an under. And Mr. Wesker said, yeah, we don't need it here when you're on the strip. You don't need any traffic. You don't need any there. Oh, Mr. Wesker was a taxi driver in Vegas. All right. And Timmy's waiting for that homer. I can't believe that, Mr. Weskers. Wow. All right, I'll take the Braves here in this one. Man, I better get off these favorites here in the major leagues. That's a recipe for disaster. All right, next up, the Angels are on the road here taking on the Cubs with Jamison Tyone, $1.50. 7 over 15 here in this one with Braves. The A's, the Angels coming in here on a 3-game losing streak here all of a sudden, did win their first 2 of the season, but now have lost 3 straight to go to 2-3. Cubs have been alternating wins and losses here of late. They're 2-2 overall coming into this one. And like I said, they got Jamison Tyone here going $1.50 in this one. And look, it's a low total, man, and we're in Chicago. You know what that means. The wind has flipped directions from yesterday. Coming in, and it's going to be blowing directly in from left field. In fact, the weather is poor here. 20% chance that this game gets postponed. Temperatures here in the from high 40s, pretty much getting colder as the night goes along here, with rain expected possibly throughout the contest, or possibility of showers throughout the contest. You got the wind definitely blowing in here, and that's why we're at 7 over 15 or so in this one. So, not to mention Soriano and Tyone, not awful pitching matchup. The Angels' offense is definitely pretty inconsistent right now. Cubs don't need many runs to win. They can get it done in these low-scoring type of games, like we saw. Now, yesterday was 7-2. When they've won, they put up runs here. They've scored 10 against Washington in their win and 7 against the Angels here yesterday. So let's see what you have here with the Cubs. I might take the under in this one, actually. That weather looks a little bit intimidating here right now. Now, it will be a very, very good matchup for Tyone against some of these bats. Shawnell Moncada and Josh Lau going to have a tough matchup against Jamison Tyone here. I'm going to take the under in this one at 7 runs between the Angels and the Cubs. Give me the under. I'm going to respect the forecast, I think, here with this one. We go to the chat here and see what you guys say. Angels and Cubs today. Cubs run line here, says Mr. Weskers. I mean, right now with the way the Angels are looking, and also Cal Dog's on the Cubs. And Larry says over in this one. Angels and under for Rich. Andrew K is on the Cubs. So glad to have everybody here in the chat today. 6 hardcore chat pros with me tonight. Thank you guys. Kind of helps me out a little bit, waiting for we're going to start to see a few guys once they get one, a start in there. We'll have a little bit of, like I said, more data points here, but waiting for guys to make their first start. All we can do is kind of look at their careers, see where they stand in their careers, see what they've done against these respective lineups, and kind of go from there. And how the bullpen's going too, right? All right, Timmy's on Soriano here with the Angels. Yeah, I had a good day, as I said, but I tried to get a little bit cute, I think, there with the Angels yesterday. So I don't know if I could do it here. Back at it. Probably end up on the Cubs here. Price ain't going to go down probably, but okay, let's take a look here. Oh, man, look at this. We got McClanahan here for the Rays. Oh, wow, that's exciting to see McClanahan going here up against Woodruff. Wow. Is it turn back the clock day? Is it visit the doctor day with these two? Seeing these guys back here ready to go here for McClanahan. Did have some good spring here. That's good news for McClanahan here. Man, he's been injured, has not pitched in a major league game since August of 23. He went TJ surgery in 2024, and then in 2025 he had a nerve issue in his triceps. And so McClanahan, look, I don't know what we're going to see as far as workload. He might have a leash actually, but he's so good when he was healthy for Tampa Bay in those couple of seasons. But wow, to see him back here, that's pretty good news. He did throw 73 pitches, 5 shutout innings, and 4 strikeouts in a performance against Boston about 10 or 11 days ago to wrap up spring training. So good for McClanahan here, and we'll see where he stands here. If he could be anything like he's been in his career, that's good news for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay being Tampa Bay here. I know it's only 2-2 so far, but watch out. They got a guy like McClanahan now for Brandon Woodruff here. How about Brandon Woodruff here? Now he did pitch last season, but again, he was kind of limited. Didn't pitch the first half of the season there, so he'll make his debut here. He had shoulder surgery early in the season, and then still decent numbers, I think, there for the end. So good job here for the Brewers with Woodruff. He came on strong when he joined. I mean, he was definitely consistent, had some real strong performances, even late in the season there in September for the Brewers last year. So he's definitely reputable. This is a sneaky good pitching matchup between these two. And the bullpens are great, too, so far with Tampa Bay and Milwaukee. I know it's only been 4 games here, but you can only classify them for what they are. These are 2 of the best right now, especially Milwaukee. And I think there's we'll see what's up with the offense here, but I think this one's going to go late here with a lowest scoring game here with these 2, with the Rays and the Brewers, and we'll see with these starting pitchers. Now, like I said, the Brewers, though, this lineup, definitely a top 5 lineup. for me right now, and we'll see how McClanahan handles these guys. For Woodruff, he's going to have an advantage over guys like Chucky Mullins, uh, with Aranda as well. So let's see what you have here with the Rays and the Brewers. Let's go to the chat in this one. Okay, here we go. Larry's going to be on the under here, and Timmy's on Woodruff. Let's see here. Andrew on the Brewers, but Cal Dog is on the Rays. And Timmy says he's no fan of Bassett. All right, I'll just make my call on this one. Like I said, I think it's a good, sneaky good starting pitching matchup here in this one, and I'm going to go under 7.5 for sure. I feel like it's a freemium in this one. Like I said, the bullpens have been very, very solid for these two teams. I like both starters so far. Give me the under here in this one. I've got 3 unders in the interleague game so far. Next up, the Mets will be at the Cardinals here on Tuesday. You got Senga here, road favorite against Andre Palante and the Cardinals. So, look, it hasn't been an overwhelming start here necessarily for the Mets, but they are 3-1. Definitely looked good in that first game of the series here, beating the Cardinals 4-2. They took 2 of 3 from the Pirates. So, guess 3-1 is pretty good. For the Cardinals here, though, meanwhile, 2-2 so far. They've lost 2 straight. Beat Tampa in the first 2 games, but then dropped the next one to Tampa and lost to the Mets here. So let's see how you have it, though, in this one with Senga going up against Andre Palante here in this one. Kodai Senga does have a pretty good advantage, I think, over this Cardinals offense. Definitely several of the Cardinals here have faced Senga and don't necessarily have very good numbers against him coming in. In fact, you look at a few of these guys. Let me see if I can rattle off some of them here that have faced Senga with limited success. Gorman 0 for 5, Burleson 0 for 6 here against Senga, win 0 for 2, Scott 0 for 2. So, but same thing here, Palante, Soto 1 for 9 against Palante so far, Semien 1 for 4. So, the offenses haven't looked good against these two pitchers in the past, but Mets are 1-3 to the under. Cardinals are 3-1 to the over so far, but the Mets bullpen's been solid too. And you got to think, if it comes down to a good starting pitching game, we're going to be sailing through here the middle innings, probably with very few runs scored with these guys right now. Let's see what you have here with the Mets taking on the Cardinals here in St. Louis. Go to the chat and see what they have. All right. It's going to be the Mets here on the money line for Larry. Cardinals for Mr. Weskers. Cardinals for Cal Dog. Under for Timmy. Mets for Andrew here. Yeah, man, with the Cardinals, an underdog here for sure. Look, I think the Mets can win this game. They should be favored like this right now, but let's see how you guys here. The total is, let me see what I have it on screen. Am I showing 8.5 or 8? 8.5 under 15. Yeah, it's pretty much 8.5. There's some 8 overs out there as well, but okay. I'm going to go ahead and take another under here in this one. I really got to think this is a probable under in this game with Senga and Palante. In this matchup. So, all right. I think that's going to do it here from the chat in this one. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over between the two teams. But okay, let's see. We got Cardinals are going to shock some people this year, says Mr. Westers. All right, next up, the Red Sox are taking on the Astros here with Brian Bello going for Boston, Hunter Brown going here for Houston. Boston on a 3-game losing streak here right now. To start the season, they lost 2 in a row to the Reds. Lost the first one here, 8-1 to Houston yesterday, who won their third straight. They lost 2 to start the season, but all of a sudden, the Astros here have a 3-game winning streak. Brown $1.50 total, 7.5 here in this one. Brown, you got to like his matchup here against the Red Sox coming in. I think the Astros offense also could have some upside against Bello in this one. Boston's bullpen has been average so far, and Houston's pen has been pretty solid. Red Sox probably can scratch a few runs here, and maybe could get it close to that 8-run mark today, given the matchup. But let's see how you have it here. 14 of the last 20 meetings between the two have gone over, including 9 of the last 11 here in Houston. But again, this is an interleague series, so that's a pretty long sample size. Let's see how you have it, though, in this one with the Red Sox and the Astros here. All right. Moneyline Astros for Larry. And Timmy says, "Give me take the Astros team total over 4.5." Andrew's got the Red Sox on the run line. Cal Dog is on the Astros. And Timmy says Bello's not going to be dealing here in this. Bello's not going to be dealing necessarily in this one against the Astros here in this one. I probably can agree with that. Again, I'm thinking this one might be one of the few overs that I'm going to consider here, I think, in this one. So give me the over here. I'm going to take the over with the Red Sox and the Astros tonight. I don't mind the Astros here, but let me take the over. All right. All right, the Giants are taking on the Padres tonight. Logan Webb. We're getting to some guys who've already been out there a little bit here with Logan Webb getting the start. Now, Webb got rocked pretty good in that first game. I don't think he's going to have an ERA of 10.8 this year, but did take the loss in that first game against the Yankees. Remember, Giants got on the board there with their first win of the season last night over the Padres. Holding them off 3-2 for Tony V, getting his first win there for the Giants. Padres are 1-3 here right now, and they've got German Marquez. So maybe the Giants are going to get a little bit healthy here with Logan Webb on the mound at $1.40. See how you guys see this one with my Padres here. Now, look, Padres have historically hit Logan Webb pretty well. There's several guys in this lineup with solid career numbers against Logan Webb here. You've got Jackson Merrill, 9 for 13 with 3 extra base hits here. Castellanos, 4 for 7 with a home run. Ty Francis homered off of him. We see him in there. And Sheets, got to get these guys in the lineup here. 7 for 14 against him here. So the Padres here at a little plus money with a chance of breaking through. Maybe this is the matchup here for the Padres that I want to take here. And look, we could see runs come through, it feels like, especially if Marquez is out there in this game. So right now I'm showing the total on the screen at 7.5 over 15 in this one. I might be Padres and over here. I'm going to take the Padres tonight. Give me the Padres. I haven't picked them yet this season, so better show some confidence. I saw, in fact, I'm going to call out Mr. West because I saw him in another chat room and he said, some people don't back their favorite team. Saw him say that on another show in a chat room earlier tonight. But I will. I'm going to take the Padres here. Give me the Padres at plus money. I think plus money has me interested here. All right. But Larry says he's got the under. Mr. Wesker's taking the Giants, though. And Timmy's laughing because Herman Marquez is pitching. Cal Dog is on the Giants here. Timmy likes over an alternate line. Andrew's on the Giants. Mr. Wesker's all about fading the Giants at this point. And maybe not with, maybe rethinking it with Marquez there. Timmy says Webb's strikeouts are at even money at over 6 there. And Timmy says the Yankees rocked Webb, but Webb still got the 7 Ks there. So, okay, I'm going to take the Padres tonight. And we might – Padres were really struggling there. They had 2 hits the whole game pretty much, and then Jackson Merrill hit a 2-run home run. More runs coming tonight, I think. And like I said, coming back here, we got the pitchers who have already seen action here, like Max Fried, who has officially a 0 ERA, okay? He has been out there so far this season and did get the win in that first game of the season here. He's up against Logan Gilbert here in this one. So you got Gilbert out there already. He's already seen action as well here. He didn't have that first game, but he's already making the rounds here. 5.06 ERA, 0.94 whip, 7 strikeouts in that first game of the season there for Logan Webb. And Logan Gilbert. And let's see what you guys think, though, here in this one with the Yankees on the road here. Both bullpen. I don't think either team's – I'm going to look this up, but I don't think either team's bullpen's even given up a run yet this season for the Mariners. Okay, the Mariners have, but the Yankees haven't. Yankees have no ERA so far, so do the Dodgers. The Mariners have given up a few here now. But, oh boy, they've fallen quite a bit here actually. But it looks like a pitcher's duel to me. Yankees lineup slightly going to be more trustworthy, I would think here, of course, in a tight game like this. But I don't mind. I wouldn't mind. I'm not sure about the side actually. Let me see what you guys think here. Maybe lean to the Yankees, but again, Mariners got the walk off. A little bit of volatility. Not that 2-1 is a volatile score, but they did earn the win there last night. 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. It was 1-0 Seattle, and the Yankees came back, tied it up late before Seattle won it in the 9th. All right, there it is. Larry's on the under. I can't disagree here. Probably got to go under. Timmy's on the Mariners. Cal Dog's on the Mariners. Andrew's on the Yankees here. And, yeah, you know what? I mean, 2-1 yesterday. That was, it was a playoff type of game, right? When you got these 2-1. Give me the under here in this one. Yankees and Mariners. I'm thinking Yankees, actually, but give me the under in this one. Man, so look, I've got Yankees number 1 offense. I've got Mariners in the top 5, but the pitching is good here in this situation. It's going to actually be tough for some of these guys, actually, with Grisham's got a tough matchup. Bellinger, Rice, Chisholm, all tough matchups. Cal Raleigh, he missed Monday's game with just a rest day, but he will be back. Tough matchup against Fried. J-Rod, tough matchup. Arozarena, tough matchup. So, yeah, I think the pitching maybe is where to go here with this one. All right. Couple more here. Tigers on the road taking on the Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks win 9-6 there on Monday. Kind of blew them out there for the most part. You got Casey Mize here going for the Tigers and Brandon Pfaadt going up here for the Diamondbacks. Now, Diamondbacks coming in here certainly got a top 10 lineup or better, it feels like, coming in. But I don't know if there's a whole bunch of advantages here for this lineup. Still should be a good matchup for the Diamondbacks lineup. Meanwhile, the Tigers got some guys here against Spot I think can break through. Guys like Torres, Torkelson also, and, of course, Dingler. Casey Mize. Not a great matchup, though, in some of these other hitters on this Arizona lineup. Pretty good Moreno, Arenado, pretty good matchup here for those guys. Arizona's offense looks like they're starting to get it going here, but the bullpen is kind of mid so far. I would think maybe we'd get more runs again. We just went for 15 there yesterday. Tony was talking about, the roof being open here early in the season. I think there's a lot to do about that, especially when you're looking at a 9.5 total here in this one. So let's see what you got, but maybe it will be. That's a big number, but we just had 15 runs in there yesterday. Tigers have lost 2 straight here, losing to the Padres in that last game before dropping the game there yesterday 9-6, and that was Arizona's first win of the season after getting swept by the Dodgers here. So I think I'm going to take the over in this one between the Tigers and the Diamondbacks. Now I'll go over here. Let me go to the chat though and see what you guys have. Okay, here we go. Mr. Westers might be fading the Yankees in there. Larry's on the Diamondbacks, and Cal Dog's on the over. Also, Andrew's on the Tigers here. Mr. Westers says the Diamondbacks are resting bullpen starters. Are they bullpen? Are they starters? All right. Jimmy says a flat 9 there. Tigers continue last year's poor offense, says Mr. Westers. Says the pitchers are kind of a wash maybe in this game with Mize and Fott. All right. I'm going to take the over here. Like I said, I was saying 9.5, but it's pretty much 9 everywhere. 9.5 under at DraftKings. Some of the Vegas books are at 9 in there. And Mr. Wester says Arizona's bullpen well rested here. I'm going to go with the over, though. All right, well, the Dodgers, they didn't really get it going there yesterday against the Guardians there. Guardians did a nice job, and, Sasaki, you guys were talking about Messick in there in the chat. I mean, look, he obviously did the job in that one against the Dodgers there yesterday. It doesn't even feel like here. You got Tanner Bybee, I believe, expected here. Bybee's already been out there, I believe, once this year. He comes in with a 5.4 ERA. And, I guess the Dodgers can find a place to go with Ohtani here finally and get him out there for his first start of the season. 240, 8.5 under 20 I'm seeing here right now. With the Dodgers, they lost to Cleveland here last night, 4-2. So snapped their 3-game winning streak to start the season here right now. And, hey, Cleveland right now, not bad. 3 wins, 2 losses so far. And let's see if you guys have something here with this one with the Dodgers tonight. Pretty big favorite with Ohtani at 240. I mean, what are you going to do, I guess, when it comes to this Dodger team? Is it just something where probably is not still a fair price? I mean, come on, you got Bybee in here. He could probably do the job, it feels like. And the total here, 8 under 20 in this one after seeing what happened yesterday. Ohtani, obviously he's going to be great, but let me go to the chat, man. This is a tough one for me. Larry's on the under here. Mr. Weskers says Dodgers on the run line Andrew K., the Dodgers, also over. Cal Dog Dodgers. Everybody's Dodgers. Okay. I guess the Dodgers are going to do it. They're going to bounce back, get the run line win here against the Guardians after losing. I already uh, took them yesterday. I bet the Dodgers yesterday on the run line. And, they're going to be terrible, I'm sure, on the run line this year. Cal Dog says Bybee gets hit early. All right. Give me the Dodgers in this one on the run line. I don't know any better. I'll just lay it here with the Dodgers. Sure, Ohtani will keep these guys down 8 under 20. Got to think a lower score here. All right. That's it for baseball. Timmy's got Ohtani, 6 strikeouts, and man, can you believe this guy? Ohtani is impossible. All right, that's the Major League card there. 14 games. Going to the NBA here next. All right, we've got a 7-game card here to discuss, so let's get it going. And we'll start here with the Suns at the Magic here in this one. Man, this is usually the Suns' role here, right? I mean, the Suns. I mean, they're all about this road dog situation. I mean, that's what's made the Suns all year. It seems like they are 46 and 29 against the spread overall. Now, the Magic are 8-0 against the spread against the Phoenix Suns in the last 8 games. Might want to start with that. Doesn't mean, though, that, like I said, this is the Suns' role, this road dog situation, actually. Like I said, 8 in a row. Yes, it's an interconference matchup, but you got to look into that a little bit. Suns are also just 1-4 straight up on the road recently here. But again, when you get the Suns in this situation, this is where they've thrived as a road dog here. So Orlando's been losing games. They've been playing high-scoring games. 9 out of the last 12 have gone over. But I guess you could make a case it's a little bit of a buy low spot, even for Orlando, which is having, as hot as they were. They're not as hot now. But right now they are in 8th place. Like I said, this is where it's really coming down to the wire here. Magic are in 8th. Heat are in 9th, and Hornets are in 10th. Now, the 76ers are starting to stay ahead here in 7th. So still very, very important for the Maj, but also for the Suns right now. They're in 7th, and they're looking pretty comfortable in that 7 position here. So let's see what you got. Maybe I'll just go, I think maybe with the under in this game. Like I said, the Orlando is over in 9 of their last 12. They're 21-17 to the over at home, but Phoenix is 17-21 as an underdog, and I think that's just what I would prefer. I think the trends say over, but I'm going to say under. Might be a little bit of the eye test here in this one. I think Phoenix here. I was the one talking about their defense kind of all season. Not that that's been overwhelming, but it's pretty good for the season that they've had. And for the Magic, same thing. I mean, it feels like their defense is much improved this season, and that's why they've been so good. Now, it didn't work out the other night when Toronto they had a 31-0. What was it, 31-0 run in that game? Was that an NBA record? 31-0 run there for Detroit in that last game as they lost 139-87. So big bounce back spot here, obviously, after a 52-point loss for Orlando. But I'm going to take the under here in this one. Give me the under at 225. See what you got here in the chat. Suns for Timmy. Mr. Westwood says the Magic coach is going to get fired. Wow, I can't believe that. I mean, they've had this is an improvement. Maybe they were expecting more. they're after playing through this play-in here a little bit. Magic are a joke, says Ron Jeff. Magic will not make anything meaningful. Magic money line, though, for Cal Dog. Under here for Andrew. Want to say hello to Brayson. Oh, man, Brayson had a horrible day. Oh, Brayson, I'm sorry. He says the baseball cost him. I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn, but I had a pretty big day on the show last night in baseball. I'll try to make it up with you here. But we rolled this card yesterday here on Night Moves. Let's see, 3-1, 4-1. 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 7-3, 8-3, 8-4, 9-4, 10-4, 10-5, 10-5. That will take that 67%, even with some favorites in there. Okay, Mr. Wesker says on the Suns, and oh man, Brayson said all the games he wanted to. He bet. I hate when that happens. Okay, I'm taking the under with the Suns and the Magic. Next up. Okay, we're in the tankathon here with the Hornets on the road against the Nets here in this one. I mean, Charlotte, we know how hot they are, having won 13 of their last 18. Sure, the number has the tankathon built in here, but Brooklyn's covered 5 of their last 6. Look out. I don't know if they'll get this one. Let's see what you think, though, here. Charlotte, 5 straight unders, and the Nets have also been trending under here of late. 8 of their last 10 have gone under right now, and these two teams are such hardcore unders. What do you do when you match up a team like Charlotte here against the Nets? Just say it like this, so you got Charlotte here, 28-47 to the under. Brooklyn, 30-39 to the under as a dog. They're under in 8 of their last 10 right now. So this has all the makings of kind of a sluggish, low-scoring game, maybe even a backdoor because of that. So let me see what you guys got here. Let me see if I can pin it on you guys first, because the Hornets can probably do enough to win and even flirt with the tankathon number here, but starting to get a dicey land there at 16 for the Hornets here. The Nets have been covering a few here of late. Like I said, a little bit scary here. They covered 18 against the Lakers. They covered 12 against Golden State. Now, they did not cover 15.5 against Portland. But here we go. Let's see here. Hey, Mr. Humble's in the chat. Great to have you here, Mr. Humble. We're going to preview that Lakers game for you in just a moment. Larry here, Moneyline Hornets. He's going back in the past there. Mr. Weskers ain't laying any double digits here in the NBA. And let's see here. Andrew had the Texas women there. He had the Texas women. All right, Nets here for Andrew. Timmy's going to go with the Kneppel play there. All right, I'm taking the Hornets here to rock. I'm going to go with the Hornets to crush them here. Look, they're going to hold them down. The Nets are probably – we already talk about the Nets every time, right? Having trouble even scoring even 100 points a game right now. They just scored 99 against the Kings, 99 against the Lakers, 106 against Golden State, 99 against Portland. So give me the Hornets here. I'll lay it. Okay, the Knicks are the Rockets here, and the Knicks, this is going to be tough. This isn't going to be Knicks have lost a couple in a row here right now, and they're on the road here. Losses to Charlotte and OKC. Houston, meanwhile, back-to-back wins over Memphis and New Orleans. They hadn't been looking that great, but they did look a lot better against New Orleans last time out. Knicks have not looked great either here. It's basically a toss-up in this one. And, yeah, the Rockets have had their problems, but Knicks are 7-2 straight up in their last 9. They do dominate this matchup, winning 10 of the last 12. Houston just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10, consistently overpriced, but I got to give them a chance here. Now, despite Houston recently a lot of overs, the head-to-head is under in 4 of the last 5, and I just think that with the two teams here, yes, Houston's had some overs here of late, but still 12 and 23 to the under at home for Houston, 3-8, 3-6 to the under as a dog here. So I'm going to go with the under in this one of the Knicks and the Rockets. I said it last week. Oh, we're going to go on so many overs here now. It really has not. I'm back to going under again. Maybe that was just a little bit of a. It shouldn't be, right? I mean, you'd think right now, this type of year, we should still get plenty of overs, but I'm going to go under in this one for now. I mean, I'm going under, okay? Let's see what you guys have, though, here with the Knicks and the Rockets. All right, Hornets can't lay that many points, said Ron Jeff. I took them anyways. Brayson going under here. Cal Dog is on the Knicks. Hello to in the chat. Like to welcome PFD PFDJEKV. I'm gonna try that one. Ron Jeff's going under. Larry says go over in this one. Timmy's going under full game and first half. Says these guys will finish in the 90s, old school style. And Mr. West says unders are back on the menu. Ramon, don't worry. You keep doing it, and I will. Okay, give me the under here in this one with the Knicks and the Rockets. Okay, the Raptors at the Pistons here. Now, look, the Pistons were just in Oklahoma City there, right? On the road, and now they got to go back home. The Raptors are waiting for them here a little bit. So this is going to be tougher than it looks for the Pistons right here. They're a 3-point favorite, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. The Raptors are kind of lying in wait for them here a little bit. Toronto, they've actually looked good here, winning 2 in a row in 3 of their last 4, 17-13 against the spread as an underdog. Detroit, meanwhile, 28-33 against the spread as a favorite here. And they're, like I said, that was a long night, right? They had to go overtime in Oklahoma City, now go back home. And Toronto already got here. They were already in town. They played Orlando at home and then just got the short trip to Detroit. I'm sure they're already there. So Detroit, obviously elite there, and it was a tough loss there on Monday night. But Toronto's been solid. This is a strong home edge game. Usually the home team dominates. Pistons are a little bit more reliable, I think, when the spread is tight right now. But I think the total here may be under, right? Toronto's a heavy under profile, 28-45 to the under, and Detroit might not be pushing the pace a whole lot here. I might have to take the Raptors here in this one. As good as Detroit's been, we know they've been banged up, and the travel here might just be a little bit too much in this spot. Even as good as they've been here right now, I think probably Toronto's going to be the side. Let's see. Battle is out. Quickly is out. Barrett is probable. BI is questionable. Duran is in, though. Duran is in for the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart's still out. Duncan Robinson probable. Tobias Harris is probable here. I'm going to take Toronto in this one. I think this is a tough travel spot. Maybe Pistons can overcome it here, but give me Toronto in this one plus the points. Raptors for Larry. Raptors for Brayson. Mr. Westwood says injuries. And, the Pistons. Duran's in, though. Duran's going to be in. Oh, pardon me, you guys. Grab the 3. Timmy says it'll flip. Cal Dog says Raptors money line and the points. Timmy says Harris is going to miss the game here. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me update that in. Okay, I'm up. I'm going to update it here because I've got Harris probable here in this one. He took off the last game because they're trying to, you know, rest, get some rest in there. But man, that'd be weird if they rested him 2 games in a row. And Timmy says Duran is out. I've got him probable. Jeez, man, where? I pay good money for these injuries, for my injury updates here, and I'm way off, says Timmy. Man, I pride myself on this stuff, but the same thing with Duran. I mean, he just sat the game. He didn't play last night, so I'm expecting him in the game here. What is if they rest him again? Detroit is they already had a terrible the coach. Look, I've got JB Bickerstaff. I want to say this a little bit. JB Bickerstaff right now, you can get him at minus 220 or so or lower to win Coach of the Year. Who else is going to win Coach of the Year right now at this point? I mean, I think Bickerstaff gets it. Timmy says also he's got. Okay, no, I've got Stewart out. I definitely have Stewart out. Yeah, I have Stewart out there, and I've got Harris probable in this game. Man, am I wacko? We better not bet this game. I mean, geez. Or at least I better not. All right, let's see here. That's what you get when you go with free injuries, Timmy. All right, Timmy says grab the 3 here. And just come back tomorrow and we'll see who played in the game. All right. For me here, I'm going to take the Raptors here, and I hope Duran's out. If I could determine that Duran was out, we'd definitely be. I'm making this pick with Duran in the game. Okay, here we go. Mavs and Bucks here. Look, probably could kick this one to the curb a little bit here right now, but nonetheless, I got to keep an eye on. I'm doing them all here, I guess, today, but yeah, probably could have gotten rid of this one. The Bucks are toast. Oh, why did I pick this? Why did I pick this game? I want to just skip it now, but all right. We'll see what you guys got here. This was a mistake to put this one in. Usually I get rid of games like this right now, but oh well. I guess I was just I didn't even have any notes prepared for it here. Let me see what I can do. All right. Milwaukee 1-6 straight up, and 5-12 against the spread in their last 17. Dallas has been awful as well. Probably have to fade the Bucks here. Dallas needs a win. They might get it on the road here. Both teams kind of trending over, it feels like, especially Milwaukee home games have gone over in 5 of their last 6. The two teams, for long term this season are definitely under teams in general. Milwaukee 9-17 to the under as a favorite. All right. Dallas is so bad right now. I don't think I can. I'm taking the Bucks. I'm just taking the Bucks. This shouldn't even been in the preview. Give me the Bucks here in this one. All right, let's see. Under here for Larry. Mavs first quarter for Mr. Wesker's Cal Dog on the Mavs. Look, it should be the Mavs, but I can't take them right now. Not the way these guys are going. Yeah, they beat Portland last time. Beat Portland, but came back and lost to Minnesota. Milwaukee's lost 4 in a row, but I'm going to take them. Andrew says the medals are going up. Dallas here for Timmy says they're 1.5 now. And Andrew says oh, wow, really? The Bucks have beaten them 7 in a row. Wow. Okay. No wonder people want the. I'll take the Bucks then. Give me the Bucks. All right, just get rid of that game. Jeez, bad producer. Cavs and Lakers here. Lakers just a 1 point favorite in this one. Now Luka's back. I think you might want to ask Timmy here, but I think Luka's going to play. He sat out a game due to a suspension here, but he sat out as one game. Wade is out here for Cleveland. Tyson's out for Cleveland. Max Strus probable. Jarrett Allen probable here. But let's see. Marcus Smart is questionable in this one. Look, the Lakers, Cleveland's been back to playing good. They're still a terrible cover, but they are 9-5 as an underdog. The Lakers are a 1 or 1.5 point favorite here, probably 1.5 right now. Total here is 236.5 in this one. So let's see what you got here with these two. Lakers 21-16 to the over at home. Cleveland 21-16 to the over on the road. But Lakers on a 4-game spread losing streak. Cleveland might be undervalued, even though they've been a poor season long spread wise. But I don't think I'm going to fade the situation here necessarily. Now this total, it's pretty high for a reason. I think both teams are capable offensively. We've seen these teams are not necessarily big time overs one way or the other in this situation, but I think this one probably is going to be an over at 236.5. Let's see what you got. I'm just going to take the over right now. I'll tell you that. I'll check one more thing here, but give me the over, and this one is my play with the Lakers and the Cavs in LA. I'm going over. Okay, here we go. We've got Lakers for Larry. And let's see, Timmy says somebody's out. I don't know. And Mr. West, Luka, the RotoWire. RotoWire's got him out, everybody. That's why the Lakers are 1 point. If he was out, the Cavs would be 5 point favorites. Luka's had an incredible year. I mean, he is overlooked for the MVP. He really is. And let's see here. Cavs going nowhere. Says Mr. Weskers, fire the coach. Fire the coach. I'm going over in this one. All right, one more here. Trailblazers and the Clippers tonight with the Clippers 4.5 point favorite. They might be up to 5.5 here right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to update that. 5 or 5.5 for sure here for the Clippers. Total 226.5, 227 or so. Clippers on a roll here right now. Big long winning streak at this point. Getting ready here and moving up the charts here. Like I said, we got to get the Clippers out of the plate, or at least out of the 9 and 10 spot. They are 3 games behind the Suns. I think they're going to be clear of Portland and Golden State. So Clippers will get the 8th spot. That's going to help. 5-game winning streak here right now for the Clippers coming in. And Clippers here also just 2-5, though, against the spread in their last 7. Now, the Clippers have won 13 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams and covered 13 of the last 20 between the two. So it has been a dominant series. But Portland's playing well. They've won 6 of 8. It's just that this is a nightmare matchup for them every time. Clippers, they've got the form edge. They've got the matchup edge here. I'm going to lay it with the Clippers in this one over Portland here. We've been on Portland plenty. We've done fine with Portland here, but I think the total here probably leans under, right? Clippers will control the tempo. They've turned into an over team, it feels like, but I think against Portland here, more likely, they've dominated the series and 3 straight meetings have gone under. Portland in the series against the Clippers here of late, 103, 107, 89, 105, 105. I'm going to go with the Clippers here and lay the 5.5 points here on Tuesday night. And we've got some plays from the chat. It's going to be over for Larry, though. And Clippers here for Timmy. Cal Dog on the Clippers. And you know what? I think I think they'll get 8th place, so I think they'll get in, but they're not gonna do much. And Clippers here for Andrew. Mr. Wester says fade those Clippers. Timmy's got a prop in there. I'll take the Clippers. That's it for the NBA. All right, it's NHL time, and we've got a 10-game. Well, we've got a 10-game card, but I did figure out to cancel one of the games in there with the Devils and the Rangers, so I've made it 9. I won't make that mistake again. Let's go to it. All right, the Stars are going to take on the Bruins here. NHL action for Tuesday night as we get things started here with Dallas here. Dallas is cold, man. 1-5 in their last 6 games, and they've been trending to the under for sure. Boston, 15-2 at home right now. 5-1 in their last 6. They've actually do pretty well in this series. Heads up too. It is a interconference series for sure, but I don't know. Not too worried about it here. You got a Boston team that does very well against Dallas. Now, maybe here it could go over. We've seen Boston with more overs than unders here. It feels like of late, Boston 29-19 to the over as an underdog, and they're definitely an underdog here. Go up against Dallas, but man, they're just on fire at home right now. 15 of the last 17 wins. Look, Dallas is struggling. 1-5, 6-12 against Boston in the last 18 games. Come on. We got to take Boston here in this one. Give me the Bruins here over the Stars. I like the Bruins right now. They're the hot team. All right, here we go. We've got over for Cal Dog. Timmy says, keep riding that home streak. Take Boston. James Kelly. There he is. I want that, James. How do we do that? I want a live odds app that updates all the odds and the players without refreshing the page. I don't know what you're talking about, but I want that. Is it something I can, I'm limited to what I can kind of show on screen here on Tony's channel, though, so I'd need to look into that. Larry's on the Stars on the puck line here to win on the road. Wow. All right. Oh man, I'm gonna take the Bruins there. Thanks, James. Can I get it on? Can I put it on my screen though, or what? I need to get more info on that. Is it something that I can show on the show here? Because I've got plenty of apps that have player odds and stuff. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, thank you, James. I'm interested, but I don't know if it's something I can show on the screen or on the show or something. Thank you. Red Wings taking on the Penguins here. You've got Gibson going here for Detroit, and maybe it's Skinner for the Penguins here in this one. Look at these two right now. Dicey here in there. Now they're, we know that these teams are going to the postseason, but right now the Red Wings, we don't know the Red Wings are going to the postseason. Let me be clear, but 2 points back right now of Columbus, but pressure's on here. Columbus has lost 3 in a row. Ottawa's lost 2 in a row. The Bruins are probably, going to be clear. So Columbus trying to hold off these guys right now. Penguins are in second place in the Metro here currently. Looking pretty good for sure in this one. This is probably, the Penguins here. at home again. The Wings have been sharp, no doubt, but Pittsburgh games here, man, a lot of overs right now with Pittsburgh. They've gone over in 12 of their last 13, and this matchup always goes over when Pittsburgh takes on Detroit. Um, let's see here, 10 of the last 13 over, 5 of the last 6 over in Pittsburgh. I'm going over in this one of the Red Wings and the Penguins tonight. Give me the over for sure with this matchup. Pittsburgh's 21-15 to the over at home, and I like that. Let's go to the chat here in this one. All right. Mr. Wesker says the Sharks play their home games in an Aldi's. Timmy's got a prop here. Oh, thank you, James. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I got some heavy duty equipment here showing me the odds and stuff. I'd have to see what you're talking about. And like I said, we're kind of, I don't know what I can really show there, but I'm definitely interested. Just not sure what I'm dealing with. Okay, Pittsburgh under here for Timmy. Larry's on the under as well. And Timmy says maybe they go under after a crazy game. Cal Dog likes the Penguins here, though, in this one. He's got the little penguin there. I had a Penguin starter jacket, when it was cool back in high school with the little penguin there. The girls would love it. They'd say, oh, the Penguinos. I think they didn't care. They just liked the jacket. Okay, I'm going to go here with the over in this one. Senators on the road here, and they're taking on the Panthers in this one. Panthers are toast. We know that. Senators, though, they're definitely battling here in position. They're also just 2 games behind Columbus. Talked about it, right? Ottawa, Detroit, Philly, they're all on 86 points. Columbus has 88 points. So you got these 3 teams kind of chasing right now, those teams. And a good situation here for the Senators when you're taking on this Florida team that has struggled there. Ottawa's definitely the better current team in form here right now. And also, Florida, though, has kind of owned them at home 7 straight in the series here, but maybe under might be the best way to go with these 2 right now. Both teams seem to be trending under. Florida's lost 3 straight. Ottawa's lost 2 straight, but Ottawa here right now, having gone under here. Let me see if I can get this correct. Ottawa under in 4 of their last 5 on the road. Florida under in 4 of their last 6. And 7 of the last 9 in the series have gone under here. In general, these are over teams, but usually when Ottawa, they're mostly the over, but when they're favored, the scores are a little lower. And then same for Florida. When they are an underdog, the score is a little less as well. So let's see what you have. Ottawa here, $1.75. Doesn't feel real comfortable, even as well as they're playing, like I said, 0-7 on the road against Florida. Yes, this is not a good Florida team, and teams are taking advantage right now, but $1.75 does seem a little bit dicey anyway. Let's see what you've got here a little bit. Okay. Larry's on the Panthers on the puck line there. All right, James. Yeah. Oh, live scores and odds. If it's a site that I'm thinking of, I'm very familiar with that, I think. In fact, I used it for many years, and I don't use it anymore if it's the one I'm thinking of. Cal Dogs on Nashville here. And let's see. Cal Dog says, yeah, plus 1.5. Andrew's on Florida. Timmy says Tarasov is going to get, because this guy gets kind of lit up in there a little bit. And Mr. Weskers is on the Panthers here. Okay. Yeah, I think for me in this one, I got to take the under with Ottawa and Florida. Give me the under here on night moves. Canadians and Lightning here on Tuesday night. Lightning $1.65. Total 6.5 under 20 in this one with Montreal coming in hot for the Habs right now. Won 5 straight here. They've also just 2-7 in their last 9 against Tampa Bay. Tampa's won 6 of 8. They've also won 15 of their last 19 games at home right now. Still, got to give Montreal a little bit of credit here for their run, but Tampa's dominant home form here, and they own Montreal actually with that series history. Canadians have been hot. A lot of overs, though, here right now for Tampa Bay. Over in 6 of their last 8. The series has gone over in 8 of 9. Now, Montreal has gone under in 8 of their last 11, but long term here, 24 and 13 to the over as an underdog. I think I'm going to try the over in this one with Montreal and Tampa Bay here. Give me the over. Want to try to look at Montreal here possibly in this game as a dog, but I'll take the over here. Okay, Timmy is on Montreal here. And Larry says go over in this one with Tampa and the Canadians. Timmy's going under, though. He thinks it'll be playoff style in this one. Yeah, it is. Montreal, they're going here. They're only 4 points behind Tampa Bay right now, so chance to make up. Hey, Tampa and Buffalo are both on 98 points. Montreal 94 points, but Montreal 5-game winning streak. So see if they keep it up. I'll take the over. Another big one here. Or I say big one. They're all big when you're the Sabres right now. And they're taking on the Islanders here. So, look, Islanders coming in off of a loss. They won 2 before that, but did drop the last one to Pittsburgh. Buffalo, meanwhile, just snapped a 3-game losing streak, believe it or not, with a win over Seattle. So they tasted defeat there for a little while anyway. But still, they've been terrific, even if they've lost a few here for Buffalo. Buffalo, one of the most profitable teams in the league by far. Also, they've won 8 of the last 9 meetings at home against the Islanders. This series has gone under in 9 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams. And I don't know, they do seem to trend under a little bit as well overall, but mostly the series history kind of trends under actually. Let's see, though, what you have here in this one. And I'll go to the chat here right now. But Islanders are 16 and 23 to the under. Islanders, terrific underdogs, 28 and 18. But Buffalo, strong favorite, 23 and 14 here. Let's go to the chat. Hello to Jermaine in the chat this morning. Cal Dogs on the over. Sabres money line and under for Larry. Timmy says Sabres pound the Islanders. And so go under with 5-0. And hey, Winning Wager, great to see you, Winning Wager. How you been? Great to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. All right, and I'll make my pick here in this one between the Islanders and the Sabres here in this one. Look, I'm not saying the Islanders are totally giving up here at this point, but they're they're in the playoffs here. They're not going to fall out, I don't think, but you certainly have to look. They're at 89 points. You have these other teams still crawling up here in the division anyway. Could still sneak up, could force the Islanders to keep on winning here right now. Buffalo on a roll, no doubt about it. And in this series, Buffalo's won all both meetings so far this season, 5-0 and 3-2 here. I'm going to take Buffalo on the puck line in this one to beat the Islanders. Give me Buffalo on the puck line. And how about that? And here's the Buffalo on the puck line for a winning wager. All right. Islanders always choke, says Mr. Weskers. Could be 5-2. Mr. Weskers is listing New York teams in the chat. Got the Flyers taking on the Capitals here on Tuesday night. And Capitals a small favorite here, $1.30 or so. And the total in this one, 5.5 with the Capitals here at home, 37, 28, and 9, winners of 2 straight. But Philadelphia's won 3 straight coming into this one, and they've been pretty hot here. Wins over Chicago, Detroit, and Dallas. Flyers have been terrific here of late, no doubt. Washington, winners of 2 straight over Utah, over BGK. They're playing pretty well as well, but I don't think they're playing quite as good as Philadelphia right now anyway. This one, though, look, this got to be an under between these two, doesn't it? Here right now, you got Washington 14 and 24 to the under at home. They're also 18 and 29 to the under as a favorite here. And Washington at home can suppress, I think, Philly here. As good as Philly has been, it feels like a pretty decent matchup for Washington. Philly's road streak has been pretty hot, but I think in the head-to-head matchup, maybe it's a little bit even here. Let's see. Philly's lost 7 of the last 9 to Washington, but this 8-game road winning streak here, oh man, this is tough. I better just go with the under. Give me the under here with Philadelphia and Washington at 5.5 goals, by the way. But I'm going to take under here. Let's go to the chat. And it's going to be Flyers puck line here for Larry. And look, 2-1 says Timmy. Good. I got it right then. It says we're going to be boring puck. Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you, Timmy. Good. Take the under in this and the Cubs game under. All right. Hey, next up, you got the Hurricanes here on the road taking on the Blue Jackets. Pretty good matchup here with the Hurricanes coming in here, 46, 21, and 6. Columbus, 38, 24, and 12. Columbus has lost 3 in a row, though. They've cooled down here just a bit. Losses to Montreal, San Jose, and Boston. They haven't really looked that good here over the last couple of weeks. Carolina, meanwhile, it does have some nice wins here of late. Toronto, Pittsburgh, and New Jersey. The only teams they've lost to, basically, Montreal. In each of the last 2 games they played them here. For the Hurricanes here, they've dominated this matchup, having won 14 in the last 20. And with Columbus maybe slumping here just a little bit. But I think the road over trends for Carolina when they're at Columbus, pretty strong, actually. It's still 6.5 here in this one. Look, Columbus has been great. Still feels like this one maybe a little bit tough. Getting Carolina on a little bit of I don't want to say a discount. Columbus has been very good at home, but they've lost 4 of their last 5. 8 of the last 10 meetings between the 2 teams have gone over when playing here in Columbus. And I'm going to go I'm going with Carolina, actually. Give me Carolina here, money line on the road. Yeah, I'm going to take the Hurricanes here in this one. Columbus did win 5-1 at home just 2 weeks ago, but Columbus won Carolina won at home 4-1 earlier in this season and 7-4 at home earlier this season. So I'm going to go ahead and take Carolina to win this one on the road. Okay, here we go. Under here for Larry. And he likes Timmy likes Greaves better than Freddie Anderson, so he's going with Columbus. All right, that's it for that one, I think. Let's move on. We're almost done here on night moves. Jets and Blackhawks. Jets on the road here, $1.50, taking on Chicago. The Jets right now, you know what? What are they? Uh, three 3 points back, but again, have all those Western Pacific Division teams in front of them. So you got to win, and then you need a little bit of help. Chicago's lost 3 in a row here right now with losses to Philadelphia, the Rangers, and New Jersey. So losing that East Coast swing. But Winnipeg here, 20-20 is a favorite. Not great, but Chicago, we know how woeful they've been here. Maybe at home they're still actually a little bit more profitable than the Jets on the road. But Chicago's collapsing right now, and Winnipeg owns the matchup. Jets road struggles are kind of priced in probably with a little bit of a cheap number here. So maybe you could think it could go under. Head to head, these guys have some unders. 9 of the last 12 under between these two. Winnipeg has won 9 of the last 12 overall between the two teams. So I'm going to go ahead and take Winnipeg in this one on the money line. Give me Winnipeg here. I feel like Chicago, we already know they're toast, but I'm gonna go ahead and take Winnipeg here. They need it bad. Not that it'll even help, but they do need it, and they could stay alive here. Okay, Jets for Cal Dog. Jets for Larry. Says the Hawks are in trouble. Jets in regulation for Timmy. Says they look good against. They look good in that game there against who? Against Dallas? Oh, yes. Oh no, the Avs. Yeah, yeah. They lost the first one, but I thought they looked pretty good too in both games actually. So I don't mind that at all. The Jets are playing very good, right? They're playing good. They're playing pretty darn good. They did lose to Colorado one of those games. They lost to Pittsburgh, but they played well in those games too. So I like the Jets here. Just as a free play, I think it's too high to go as a premium. All right. Timmy's got some props in there. And James is on the Jets as well. Thank you, James. Yeah, let's take the Jets here. One more and the show's over. Thank you, everybody, for helping me out here. Hey, you guys brought me home some big-time winners there yesterday. I'm going to do it again here tonight. Hopefully you're on with me. Hey, I'm just I'm like the AI. You know, you guys feed it to me, and then I regurgitate it back out and how we're going to win. Okay? Let's take a look here at Seattle and Edmonton and the West Coast. Oh, boy, it's not 7 yet. Is it 6.5 over at least? It's not. It's just 6.5, even shaded to the under here. Well, it's about 6.5 because the sharp books, of course, have it under. The square books have it over. But why do they do that? Okay, for Edmonton here, look, this is actually a nightmare matchup for Seattle. Edmonton is 6-0 at home against Seattle here of late. It is $1.75 right now, but Kraken's in poor form actually. Current form, I think, for both teams might lean over here right now. You have Edmonton 44-28 to the over, of course, 24-11 at home to the over. Even though Seattle is 31-41 to the under, they are 19-17 to the over on the road. So I think that kind of points it out a little bit here. And look, I think Edmonton here, you know, I don't want to, tough to want to consider them for a puck line win, but at $1.75, I just might have to roll with Edmonton as a puck line favorite here. They're not terrific, but Seattle 2-11 in their last 13 against these guys right now, including, like I said, the 6th straight here currently. Edmonton's won here 9-4 in December, 4-0 in Seattle in November there. So Edmonton outscored them 13-4 in the last 2 matchups here. So I'll take Edmonton on the puck line tonight over Seattle. And we'll go to the chat one more last time here, and then the show will be over. Thank you, everybody. 5 dozen of you here riding with me. I wish I had more games to talk about and preview. Jets for James. Larry's on Edmonton. Cal Dog's on the under here. And yeah, maybe we could call it something like that. James Oilers money line. Timmy's got his props going. Can you trust Connor Ingram? Probably not. Probably not, James. But Larry said, nope, we didn't. Larry, that game got kicked out of the preview. Just neither team going to the playoffs. So usually on the heavy cards, I get rid of a game or two just to lighten the load a little bit. Tim, good night. Thank you, Tim. Great job. Timmy says take the Oilers. And I think that's it for night moves. I think we're going to have another big day, man. We really did crush it yesterday here on the show. Like I said, 10 and 5 in the major leagues yesterday here on Night Moves, and also in the NHL. We had a big day, 4-1 in the NHL yesterday here on Night Moves, and basketball was also pretty strong here. Let's see. 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2. Wow! So a pretty strong day all around in all the sports here. Hope you guys did well. Thanks everybody. That's going to do it for the show. We'll be back tomorrow with more Night Moves here, and be sure to join us over at Tony'sPicks.com. Check out the Tony's Picks morning show tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Tony and his panel get you ready for the action. And then don't forget, Rod's got the happy hour at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 53,000 subscriber juggernaut. That's going to do it for me. We'll be back here tomorrow. Can't wait to get it going then for the action and for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves here in Las Vegas, home of Super Bowl 63.